was 1938. As Europe stood on the edge of war, another battle was quietly unfolding not in the trenches, but on the football pitches of France. This was the third ever FIFA World Cup, and among the mighty football nations of the world, sailed in a team few had even heard of: Cuba, a Caribbean island with no professional league, no global football stars, only passion, grit, and pride. They weren't expected to win. They weren't even expected to compete. But in that summer, they would make history. Cuba's journey began with a long Atlantic crossing aboard an ocean liner. The players, most of them amateurs, trained on the ship's deck, laced their own boots, and dreamed of just holding their own. Their first challenge? Romania, a seasoned European side with experience from previous World Cups. No one, absolutely no one, gave Cuba a chance. The 5th of June, 1938, Toulouse, France. The match kicked off. Romania struck first. The Cubans didn't fold. They pressed back. They equalized. And again, and again. At full time, and after 30 minutes of extra time, the scoreboard read Cuba 3 Romania. Under the rules then, that meant one thing: full replay. 4 days later, two sides met again. Only this time, Cuba stunned the world. With goals from Jose Magriño and Tomás Fernandez, and a heroic performance from goalkeeper Benito Carvajales, the Caribbean nation defeated Romania 2-1. The world gasped. Newspapers shouted the headlines: Cuba shocks Europe. Island nation topples Romania. From Havana to the quarter-finals, Cuba had done the unimaginable. They had reached the quarter-finals of the FIFA World Cup, the first Caribbean nation ever to achieve such a feat. They became heroes. Juan Romperedes, Túñez, the netbreaker, and his teammates returned home as national legends. Next, they faced Sweden. The European giants were simply too strong. On the 12th of June, Cuba was overwhelmed, losing 8-0. But the result didn't erase what had come before, because Cuba had already won something bigger: respect. In a tournament clouded by boycotts and political unrest, Cuba's story stood as a reminder of why football matters, of how belief, unity, and courage can shake the world. And though they never returned to the World Cup stage again, in that summer of 1938, for a fleeting, glorious moment, Cuba stood among the giants.